Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing more bands who dislike their own music. Whether it be because they're simply over it, perhaps they wrote it when they were younger and they don't agree with the concept or the lyrics anymore, maybe they thought it just wasn't up to their full potential, or they've played it so many times that they are really sick of it. I did a video on this a few days ago and you guys seemed to really appreciate it, and there were plenty more in the tank that I had ready for you, so here we go. But of course, as always, please hit the subscribe button. It is the most helpful thing that you can do for this channel. Number one, we have got Brendan Urie from Panic! At the Disco absolutely despising, or at least being very over I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Now the thing with this is, sure, bands do have a tendency to hate their greatest hit, because if you have such a big hit, you're pretty much obliged to play that hit at every single one of your shows. But I Write Sins Not Tragedies is not only their biggest hit, it is also one of their oldest hits, which means he hasn't just had to play it at every show. He's had to play it since the dawn of his career. God damn it, I'm tired of this song. He also doesn't seem to agree that much with the lyrics anymore, often avoiding saying the word whore. What a shame the poor Queen's bride is up. Next up, we've got My Country Britain's Oasis, and boy oh boy have I always found this song to be overrated and overplayed, but it is still universally beloved, even though songwriter Noel Gallagher really can't see why. But particularly Liam Gallagher, he didn't even want to sing it in the first place. Their biggest album, What's the Story Morning Glory, contains two of their best and biggest hits, those being Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger. The brothers were having a debate who should sing which. Noel commented on this. He said to his brother, "You're singing one or the other, but not both." He, that is Liam, hated Wonderwall. He said it was trip-hop. He wanted to sing Don't Look Back in Anger, but it became apparent during the recording that Wonderwall was going to be the tune. He commented on the song's success. "You know, why that song took hold on the planet the way it did is crazy. There's no rhyme or reason for it. It just is." And I agree with that. It's a great song. It's catchy, it's melodic, it's got a very memorable chorus, and so many people love singing along to it. But I don't think it's any better than any of their other songs, and I don't think it's any better than any other Britpop or Brit rock song in general. But it's become universally beloved and so very, very well known, just sort of as an anomaly, or by chance, I guess you could say. But I think what really puts the nail in the coffin for Liam disliking it is technically because Noel is the songwriter and Noel still does do his own renditions of it at his live shows acoustically. I do believe that Liam has to ask his brother permission for when he plays it, and considering he played it to a massive crowd at Reading just gone, he also played it at the Olympic closing ceremony, he still has to play it regularly enough for it to get on his nerves. And the fact that he has to ask his brother, who he famously does really not get along with, I can understand why it would leave a bad taste in his mouth. Band number 3, Blink-182, Mark Hoppus. Now, I actually included them in my previous video talking about all the small things. Again, their biggest hit, just something that not only are they bored of playing, but also is just such a simple song that they find it boring to play on stage. But today we're talking about Shut Up. This song is rarely, if never played live. The notes are really difficult to hit. It is fairly high-pitched vocal-wise, but Mark also just believes that it really isn't the best lyrics he's ever written, and it's just not the best song he's ever written. He has a sort of disdain for it. I can't find the exact clip where he's talking about this, but I do have a clip from his Twitch where he is sarcastically and passive-aggressively referring to it.
I take it back. Shut Up is a great song. It's one of the high watermarks of the Take Off Your Pants and Jacket album. The lyrics mean so much to me. I'm not embarrassed about them at all.
Coming up next, pop punk heroes Paramore. Again, this was their breakout single way back in 2006, 2007, so not only have they had to play it a lot, but Hayley herself finds that she no longer relates to it whatsoever. They actually retired this song from their set list 3-4 years ago, but way back in 2015, she wrote a post on her Tumblr explaining that she no longer relates to it. Misery Business is not a set of lyrics that I relate to as a 26-year-old woman. I haven't related to it in a very long time. Those words were written when I was 17, admittedly from a narrow-minded perspective. The line she's referring to is, "Once a whore, you're nothing more. I'm sorry, that'll never change," due to the fact that the word whore is associated with anti anti-feminism. She seems to have a fair bit of remorse towards this. That Tumblr post was from 2015, and in 2018 they retired the song from their set list. Final song, we got Mr. Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin, who can't stand Stairway to Heaven. At his solo shows as long as 40 years ago, he would refuse to play it. And at one point, he paid thousands and thousands of dollars to an Oregon radio station when they announced that they would never play it again. He commented previously, "I'd break out in hives if I had to sing that song in every show." The reasoning behind this isn't just that he's sick of it and that he's evolved as a musician. It's that this song was written when he was 23 years old, and the only thing he contributed towards it were the lyrics. He was not instrumentally invested in this song, and therefore it doesn't really hold so much sentimental value to him. And similar to Hayley Williams, he just doesn't really agree with it anymore. It has been almost 50 years since he wrote those lyrics, so over it would be a bit of an understatement. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Lots of love. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll see you soon.